All right, good evening, and what is up, Chuckleheads? It is your guy, Mr. J. Berg, with my very good friend,
Colton Drake,
co-host of the best podcast ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it when people give credits like to you like that. I love it. Usually it's me, but sometimes when people introduce you, they're like, it's the best podcast ever. The co-host, a little bit of a shithead, but pretty good.
You're the only one that does that.
That's not true. Luis did it. Luis did it for you. Somebody did it last week, too. I don't remember who it was. It doesn't matter. The point is this. We are here for episode 2-1. Our 21st episode. It is Chelsea Handlers, The Feeling. We're here. How'd your week go last week, buddy?
Oh, it went very
Shit.
good. It went
phone
very good.
going off. Oh, my God.
Oh, God, dude. Silence your cell phones.
Silence your cell phones during the pod, please.
Keep
Very
table
unprofessional.
Chat. Keep table chat to a minimum.
So how'd it go?
Last week was good, man.
Yeah.
I worked my regular scheduled programming at work, and then got to host the weekend for
you did.
The American Misfits Comedy Tour at the Spokane Comedy Club for Michael Loftus and Dave Landau.
The American Misfits sounds like a pretty shitty band, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, the Misfits are one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, but the American Misfits?
Well, they were American.
Yeah, but they're not called the American Misfits. That's my fucking point.
But they got the name from Dave Landau. Was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Misfits. That's why I did that.
Oh, I don't give a shit. It's still a terrible sounding. Like the tour names. I'm nothing against Dave Landau or Michael Loftus, but American Misfits sounds like a shitty band. That's all I'm saying. Would you listen to a track by the American Misfits? I don't think I would. I think I'd turn that shit off immediately.
Do you listen to the regular Misfits?
No.
The Misfits, not the regular Misfits.
The regular Misfits.
Regular
I
Misfits.
don't listen to the Misfits, but I do listen to the regular Misfits.
Yeah.
And the irregular
Misfits. Irregulars.
No, I just think it's a funny tour name.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
It was good shows, man. It was a little bit of an older crowd.
Yep.
Some of them looked like they were 100+ years old.
Yep.
There was maybe one black guy I saw all weekend, so
Yep.
that's interesting.
Yeah, even in Spokane, that's pretty light.
That's pretty light.
Pretty light.
But yeah, dude, we had a great time. Shows were fun.
Good. Good fun. Good fun
fun
times.
Yeah, good fun.
I went out and checked out on Friday Late Show. A little sparsely attended, but it was a good show. I mean, you had fun. You did good. You did well. Guys were pretty funny.
Yeah,
I had a good time. Hung out
cool.
with Blade and Adegichi and Ibrahim was there, so it was fun.
Oh yeah,
it was fun. You did well.
Adegichi and Ibrahim. Oh wow.
Yeah,
so there
were two black people at my table, dude.
Wow, dude.
You're such a liar, dude. No credibility whatsoever now. Last week also, on Tuesday and Wednesday we had open mics all week. I didn't get up on Wednesday, and I was super salty about it. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, you're a mad boy.
I was just pissed at everybody about everything. That's how I am with those mics, man.
I get it.
If people get up, if I get up, it doesn't bother me that people are trash when they go up. Because I'm like, I got to go up. Oh, actually, they were working stuff out. It's fine, But if I don't get up, I am an asshole.
I have been there so many times.
I just hate everyone who does anything. Oh, fuck Chris Jessup. I'm just like, fuck whoever. You know what I mean?
The guys that go up regularly don't bug me. It's when people are.
Oh, I hate everyone. I don't give a shit.
But if you're
who it is.
signing up for, it's my first time, and I think I'm going to try it.
I
don't get a spot,
like,
and you
I
get
didn't write anything down.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Light my fuse.
I'm just gonna intentionally unplug the mic 14 times.
Oh my god.
There's just a bunch of shit that people do that's just really annoying. It's way more annoying when you don't get up. If you get up, I don't give a shit.
I'm still mad.
If I get up, I don't get that.
Still mad.
Yeah.
To waste people's time like that is what aggravates me.
I get that too. But so I was in just a fucking foul mood. And
I
that
know,
night,
it was awesome.
even that night, I was like, later that night when I decompressed, I went home and I was like, man, I was way too much of a dick to 5 different people that night.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
I love it because it takes any scrutiny or fire that I might be getting myself. It just kind of takes it away. And
It's true.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Because if I'm getting a little bit turned up and I'm like, ooh, did I say something crazy? I'm like, oh, no, you're good, dude. Jay was shitting on that guy. You are safe.
I do. I do that a lot. I'm trying to scale back, but I'm doing better at that. But man, every once in a while, especially if I don't get up and I wanted to get up and then the crowd's hot and they're laughing at dumb shit, it fucking drives me nuts, man.
Yep.
Makes me want to kill everyone.
That sucks. Well, and then if you get a little upset, you have a few drinks, you get a little upset, you say something, and then the next morning you have a shame over.
Temperament.
You're like,
Ooh, a shame over.
Shame over. I hate shame overs.
By the way, welcome new listeners. We got 3 new states and a new region of a country. You want to know where the new region of the country is? Not region of our country, but region of a country. You know what? First, the country.
Is it one of the sides of Australia
No.
that we don't have yet?
No, it's Germany.
Oh.
Hessen. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hessen, Germany.
Yeah.
Boom. Becomes our second province or area of Germany. So
Dude,
shout
what is
out.
up, Germs,
Shout out,
dude?
you kraut fucks. Thanks for listening in. Jamila's mom lives out there. Maybe that's where she lives. I think she lives in Berlin, though, so that probably doesn't work.
Nice.
Jamila, a good friend of the program.
Do we have
3 states.
Do we have
new
people in
states.
Berlin?
I don't know.
Germany?
I don't know because I don't know where Berlin is.
Okay.
We're famously great at geography. There's a big map of Germany. Wherever it's in the south or southeast, whatever it is, whatever like province or whatever they call it. So if that's go ahead and shoot us an email, Berlin, if you're pissed that I didn't know where you were at.
We know where you're at. You guys got the wall.
I probably mispronounced the region last time too. I think it said Bayern. It might be Bayern or it could be anything. I could be very wrong. Anyway, shout out to that part of Germany. We appreciate you.
We do.
Also, 3 new states joined the empire. That brings us up to like
States?
So I think we're up to like 40. I think we have 40. Well, we have 41 total, but one of them is this District of Columbia, so that doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but
Yeah.
So of the 51 regions I'm aware of on our map, 41. So we have 10 states left. These are the 3 states we got last week. We got Mississippi.
Hell yeah.
Boom. We got New Mexico. I was wondering about that one for a while.
Sick.
And then we got Rhode Island, dude.
Oh, wow.
Biggest little state in the union, dude.
Look at us, dude.
Boom. So thank you.
Man.
Thank you, everybody from Oxford, Albuquerque, and what's in there? Providence. There we go.
We almost have the Americas.
We almost have the America. There's only one of them, and we have a giant gulf. So thank you, new listeners. Please keep listening and keep sharing with your friends and all that. Pretty soon we'll have all 50 states. Well, I mean, who knows how soon, but hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening and paying attention. Our drink of the week. It's not a beer of the week this week. We are drinking Maker's Mark. Just spoiler alert, it's good that we're going hard alcohol because neither one of us really cared for this special much. So at least we get to have fun while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Get good and blackout drunk, and
Maybe we'll
you've
take
had
so much
relations with.
marijuana edibles, like 40 milligrams.
Yeah, that's a shout out to the special right there. If you didn't watch it, oh, you're so lucky. If you didn't
Jay
watch
actually loved it.
yeah, you keep saying that because I didn't. There were a couple things that
He's like, I didn't.
I can pull out because I'm a professional. I can find things I like, even if I don't love the special. All right, so we'll get right into it, and here we go with the trailer for Chelsea Handler's special, The Feeling.
Everyone was banging on about pickleball at this point. I blame COVID for pickleball, right? We didn't have to hear about fucking pickleball before COVID. Pickleball, that is not a subject that I can take seriously. When people bang on and on about pickle, that is not real exercise, okay? So shut the fuck up about it. You would burn more calories shoving an actual pickle up your asshole on a pickleball court than playing a game of pickleball.
And that was the trailer. Oh, got a little bit extra oomph at the end.
Yeah.
That was a trailer for Chelsea Handler's special, The Feeling. This is her 5th special, I believe it is. Her 3rd, I believe, on Netflix. She had one on Comedy Central and I think one on HBO Max or Showtime or one of those.
Nice.
She's probably best known as the late night host of the show Chelsea Lately. That ran from 2007 to 2014. She also wrote a book. She grew up in New Jersey, as she talks about quite a bit in this special. Moved to the Los Angeles area at age 19 to pursue acting. And then at 21 started stand-up comedy. She moved to Bel Air, California, so she was the unfresh princess of Bel Air. Hey-oh! She started at 21. She's about 50 right now, so that would have been. She's been doing it for about 3 decades now.
She doesn't look 50.
She doesn't. She looks kind of old.
Yeah, she looks like they dug her up out of a tomb.
Whoa. Yeah, she looks a little bit old. I mean, it looks like she had plastic surgery a long time ago, and it's just kind of catching up to her. That's what it looks like. I have no idea if she did or not, to be honest with you, but I probably.
I'm gonna have a really hard time trying to fiend something nice to say about
Yeah,
this
I know.
woman.
You're already talking about it. All right. So that's the intro to Chelsea Handler. That show. Did you ever watch that show, Chelsea Lately? Did you ever watch that?
God, no.
Oh man, you are going to be mean. There's a few people I like. I mean, Josh Wolf was on that show. There's a few people who were on that show that I really like. I was never a huge Chelsea Handler fan.
I can see why.
But yeah, overall impressions of the special. Spoiler: I don't think Colton loved it.
Absolute dog water. Hated
Dog water. Specifically.
Specifically, I hated it. Yeah.
No.
The feeling.
Specifically, I hated it. No.
Not feeling it.
What about it? What's the overarching part of it?
Not one
that you don't
fucking
like about it?
joke in it. There's no jokes.
There's no joke. She takes too long in
Where are
between
the
jokes.
Even in that trailer that you just had to bare knuckle it through, there's
man.
not one
Brutal.
fucking punchline in that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I think these people are
it's
paid
a
to laugh.
COVID joke and a pickleball joke.
And these people had to be
that's what we
paid
need.
to laugh.
I don't think so. I think she has a pretty rabid fan base for the people who like her. To be honest with you,
I hope she never gets another special again.
she probably already has one in the works, dude.
God,
She's
well,
nothing if not a great businesswoman. I will say that. I'll agree with you. Overall impressions, was not super impressed with it. I would say it is. I mean, it's if you like a 55-year-old woman talking about masturbating for fucking an hour, that's basically what the entire
With
special
no
is
jokes. Then
yeah, it's one big there's not a lot to it. The first 40 minutes legitimately is her like, I masturbated when I did this and I masturbated. So yeah, overall wasn't super impressed with it. It's not for me. It's not for us. Apparently she's huge with the gay community. That's what she says. I don't know. Colton's really aggressively unimpressed
I
about
fucking
it.
hated it.
He
Hated it.
You have made that clear. Overall
Not as clear as
impression.
it's going to get over the next hour.
Yeah.
Log in. I did not like this at all.
You did not like it at all?
No.
But did you like it though?
Not at all.
Okay. But
No.
you didn't like it?
The feeling
I don't feel like you're being
wasn't there.
very consistent here. Did you like it or not?
I hated it.
Okay. Colton Drake, what did
All
you
right,
think
let me
of
take it
the
away.
visual aspects of the special Chelsea Handler's The Feeling?
Fashionista. Here's the thing. The theater looks nice. I really do like the curtains in
really
the
nice.
back. They're like teal. They kind of have like
They're
they're kind
gray.
of draped down. No. There's like
me they are.
there's kind of like a U looking drape in the center of them.
Some bunching.
I think the stage looks really cool, really classy. It looks kind of darker. I like that. She looks terrible. I don't know why she's wearing like this dumb shimmery gold bodysuit thing.
Okay.
It looks bad. Her ankles are showing. That would never fly in India. She has on like some tennis shoes or
Wait.
something.
Wait. That would never fly in India. Explain yourself.
Yeah, I think if you show ankles, you get like cut down or something.
India? You mean Pakistan or maybe like a Muslim country? Not a.
Is Pakistan not in India? Am I wrong on this?
The only thing Pakistan and India have in common are that they both love cricket. I'll say that. No, Pakistan is not. Dude, all right.
How do
Anyway,
they feel
go
about
ahead.
pickleball?
Go ahead.
Okay.
They love pickleball. It's their national sport. Oh, my God. We are so good at geography. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So her face looks like she aged rapidly. There's just nothing about her ensemble that is good. It's shit.
Yeah.
It looks bad. Like it's sad that she went with that. I think the only good. All right, I'll give her a good thing. Here's something nice. Her hair is okay, right? It's just like flat and laid down.
That does not sound good. Yeah, it looks great. It's curled up like a poodle. It fucking looks unbelievable.
She has had a lot of plastic surgery done in her face.
It looks like it, right?
and
I
her
don't know
frontal
that, but it
cortex
looks
or
that
whatever.
way. Dude, you
Yeah.
got to stop trying to use big words that you don't know what they mean, man.
No, it's her brain.
She got plastic surgery on her brain?
I guess so.
right.
Okay, so the outside part.
Okay.
She's had a lot of plastic surgery done in her face. Mm-hmm. But then her nails
Allegedly.
aren't done.
Oh, you were really upset about her nails.
I am, yeah, because it's like, oh, you want to look hot?
I've never heard an allegedly straight man talk so much about someone's nails before.
Oh man, I like nice nails. I
dude.
like nice nails on a lady.
I can scratch out my colon.
Yeah,
great.
But she just has those kind of like dirty, like porta potty kind of hands.
Porta potty hands. Oh my God. I don't even know what that means. Are they blue? Does she have blue on her hands?
No,
You've seen a lot of porta
They just
potties,
look
so I
grubby.
have to defer.
She just looks grubby.
Yeah.
No, I think she looks. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, dude. You know you're struggling when Bert Kreischer has a better ensemble than you.
Hey-oh.
That's. Yeah, I just really hated it.
Well, he only has to worry about one half of the
The bottom-
ensemble.
yeah, his bottom half is better.
He can put a lot of effort into it.
His bottom half is way better. Yeah, no, I didn't like it.
All right.
She has an amulet or something on, a necklace.
Cool. I think we've covered it. I don't think we need
it's
much
not
more.
good. It's not good.
I liked. I actually thought the camera work was really. They had a lot of good-
1.5 Prince Albert.
1.5 Prince Alberts for Chelsea Handler. I thought that the look of the videography was fine. They had a couple different angles they were using, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the special itself I think looked fine.
The theater's cool.
Yeah, everything in there, and I don't know where it is. We didn't check that out. It's in New Jersey somewhere, but I don't know where.
Yeah.
So there it is. 1.5 Prince Alberts. That's really bad. All right, let's move on to a segment that should be pretty interesting for Colton here. It's called What We Like or Our Favorite Jokes. So I will say that I think she has a really good feel for her crowd. I think she knows, in terms of like, she knows the types of jokes that are going to work, masturbation jokes, and stories about other people, about name dropping people and things like that. So she's a reasonably decent storyteller. The problem is there isn't a ton of jokes in the middle of it. Here's my favorite joke of hers. She talks about COVID, which, as we all know, I love when stand-ups in 2025 are talking about COVID. However, she's talking about basically getting her dogs over to Maine because she was in Maine at the time. She went on vacation with her family, and her dogs were still in California, and she missed them, and so she wanted to see them again, and she hired somebody to bring them over. Here's the bit.
Whoa. And for the next 2 days, my dogs, Bert and Bernice, were walking around just aimlessly into paddle boards, hitting their heads, just listlessly. And I was looking at them like, oh my God, what is wrong with my babies? And my brother Roy's like, what's wrong with your babies? I'm like, look at Bert, he's bumped into the same tree 3 times. He's like, what's wrong with your dogs? You just sent them on a high-speed methamphetamine car chase across the country because a governor wouldn't fuck you during a global pandemic.
All right, that was the crystal meth dogs joke. I just like that because it kind of builds. It builds quite a bit from just sort of being like a lower energy joke, and it just keeps getting higher and higher energy, and then she pays it off. As far as hers go, I thought that was probably the biggest payoff of the night. She got 2 pretty extended laughs out of that. So I enjoyed it. I think it did take her too long to get there, but I did like that joke. This is what happened with me, that joke. I mentioned last week I was like shitting on everybody really hard, and I was. And I had somewhat of an epiphany on Wednesday night, and I was like, maybe I'm being too mean to people. Well, I watched the special, part of it on Wednesday, and I hated it the first 15 minutes, to be honest with you. I thought it was terrible. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm being too mean.
First 15 minutes was terrible, though.
Right, I agree. But I was like, maybe I'm being too mean. Maybe I'm being too mean. And then I rewatched it again, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see where she's going there. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see where she's going there. And so what happened was, in an effort to be nicer, when I should be nicer to people that I know, I was too nice to her special. Because when I listened to it today again, I was like, but there's not really anything I really like about it. Like, it's just long and kind of boring, and there's not a lot of jokes in it. So I didn't enjoy it, but I was like sort of like giving it a pass because I think lately I've been too mean to like other people around town. And so I was like reverse taking it out on this special where I was like, oh, this was great.
Got you.
So I think that's what happened to me. Anyway, anything you liked about the special?
I'm trying really hard. She's good at telling a story with no punchlines. Like, it's hard for me to say anything nice about it because I just really did not.
You really
enjoy
hated it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And it's like I'm watching this to pick it apart to see like, okay, where's the joke? How did she get to a joke? What? And a lot of the part I'm coming to is where's the joke?
Sure.
Because it's like setup, and then like a little funny thing might happen in the story, but that's not
It's
a punchline.
not really a joke. Yep.
And that just keeps happening over and over again. And I think what I'm looking for, especially by these people that are, Netflix stand-up comics, I'm wanting to see good stand-up. Yeah. Like we saw, Andrew Schultz is amazing. Bert Kreischer's special was great. Like these people that are dropping specials are actually good stand-up comedians. Mm-hmm. And this is just like flat. It's like her hair. It's just flat. And Yeah.
hate her hair
what,
so much.
what do I like about it? I like the theater. The curtains look nice. That's what I like.
I like
about
that
it.
it's over and I don't have to watch it again.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, I think here's the thing, and we've talked about this before as well. Like certain comedy is not for you, right? And what you were looking for in a special, what I'm looking for in a special is not. This is not it. This is for me. I mean, and for you, it's. I would say this is like an energy comic, whose energy only really works with a specific subset, right? I would say it's similar to like Bert Kreischer last week. If you're a 35-year-old fucking teetotaler woman, I don't think you'd be like, oh, the energy is really endearing. You'd be like, this is stupid, and his energy just makes it more annoying. That's kind of how this is, right? Like it's like it would be endearing if the energy was attached to something, or if I could even get behind any of the stories. Right?
So if we are taking energy out of the equation let's take energy out of the equation with Bert,
Okay.
and take energy out of the equation with Chelsea Handler. I think what you would notice is Bert, like we were talking about breadcrumbs, how he sprinkles those breadcrumbs through his stories, and then he kind of calls back to him, whatever. There's not really any of that in this. It might happen maybe twice.
Yeah,
the whole hour.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things, but I think, I just the stories just aren't that interesting.
Story for story, I feel like it doesn't even hold a candle to the Bert stuff.
I mean, I agree with you, but I also feel like I can relate to Bert much more. It's really hard for me to differentiate how I relate with him versus how I relate to Chelsea Handler, because I definitely don't relate to her at all. Right? I don't really have it. There's no real similarities between me and Chelsea Handler, other than the fact we're old.
Even the stories and the things she's talking about are just very uninteresting to me.
Yeah.
You're talking about COVID. That was 5 years ago.
Yep.
This is a brand new special.
Yep.
You're talking about masturbating when you were 8 years old.
Yep.
Like part of that
I want to get into this. I want to get into
just
this too.
weird.
More of this. Yeah. She talks about masturbating every day when she was 8 years old. I want to get back to this, but before we do that, we have to finish out what we liked, because you do have a bit in here that you have to pretend to say something nice about.
Yeah.
In this bit, I'll set it up for you. This is essentially she gets to go meet her childhood idol, Bill Cosby.
And then finally he released me, and then the door opened to emerge that I was with two men that he hadn't seen, and his face turned from a Jell-O pudding smile into a big frown. And I didn't know at the time what was going on. Now I know that he was like, do I have enough roofies for all of these people? And we walk into Bill Cosby's room, and we're sitting there, and he's got this huge palatial presidential suite, and I'm sitting there with my opener and my security guard, and he just starts laying into the guy that's opening for me, Bill Cosby, telling the guy that he'll never amount to anything opening for a woman. And at first I thought I was like, is this
It's not that it's so there's no punchlines, easy, but what there is like laugh lines. So it's like a sentence that she will get a laugh line, but it's not a punchline.
Yes.
Right. So she does have those, and it's kind of even funny watching the special. You can see certain lines that she says. Like she says one where it's like, I'm a well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Palestine or whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that.
No,
It was
I know.
something like
I know.
that. Philistine.
There's one. Philistine. There's one in that clip we just played where she says the big Jell-O pudding smile. Right.
Yeah.
Earlier she says that and she pauses and she doesn't really get a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
I think
She does. She has multiple things like that.
I think this is what happens with comedians who get more famous than their talent level. And that's not to say
they
that
become delusional off.
well, they're so used to crowds laughing at everything that they say that they just every single line that they think's kind of funny, they pause after so that somebody will jump on and have so they'll get a big reaction out of it. It still happens a lot with a special. Like she still gets that a lot. But there are several times, as you said, where she says a quick little line. It's sort of a joke, sort of not a joke. She doesn't get anything out of it, and she sits on it for a second. It's kind of weird.
Right. The other thing is too.
I wonder how much she performs doing stand up. Maybe it's all the time. I don't know. It doesn't seem that way to me. Though.
It doesn't seem that way. And the other thing is if okay, if we just were to take this set, right? Like have her take her best jokes out of this set or her best story or whatever and put it on an open mic, do open mic with it. I think it bombs hard. I don't think it gets.
It's a really good. That's a really good
laughs.
question. Maybe that should be a category that we start doing. But yeah, would this special bomb in front of an open mic crowd that doesn't know anything about her?
I think 1,000% it bombs.
It might. I mean, you wouldn't even get to most of it. Her stories are really
like
long.
7 minutes.
They're very long.
So that Bill Cosby story that we just played, just that clip of it.
Sure.
I think that's funny, just because I'm curious about the light behind, behind the curtain on that, right? Like, I bet her opener, dude. If you're her opener, you know how fucking funny you have to be. I bet that guy was holding it down in the underground, dude.
Or I mean, if she kills for a crowd, what do you have to do to also kill for that crowd? You know, understand what I mean? Like,
yeah, but in order to get her
like
to
a
kill
comedy.
for a crowd, you have to dominate. You have to destroy that shit because she's not going to be that funny. So she's going to have to go up and just kind of ride those coattails, potentially.
Have you seen any of her other specials? I have not.
No, and I'm telling you what, I don't want to.
I don't want to either. I feel like I probably should just to
Give a better
to give
bias.
to give like another, because clearly I don't like this special. That doesn't mean she hasn't done any. But she strikes me. So she's most famous for Chelsea Lately.
Yeah,
So that's like a late night talk show type thing.
right.
I do feel like she's better in that set. Like not even having watched
I think
it.
I could see that. I could even see her
Because like kind of
being-
all of her jokes have the same flavor, and so it's like she can keep hitting that like, sort of one.
Yeah.
Like a late night talk show host can always have like the weird shtick that they do, whatever it is. Like whether it's-
she's a great host. I'm sure. Hosting a show, she would be
yeah,
fantastic.
probably.
Yeah, dude, I think she'd be really funny outside of this. So, like, if you were hanging out with her, I bet she's really funny, a really good time. Good hang. I think the humor just doesn't translate for me because
I do think she'd be a good hang.
jokes.
Let's say that. Hey, that's a nice thing to say. I do think she'd be fun to hang out with. She seems like fun.
She seems like fun, and
Yeah.
she likes to drink. I like that.
And she's not going to get upset with you telling some crazy fucking weird joke.
Right.
She didn't give a shit that she thought Cosby was joking with her and was like, that's funny,
Yeah.
So I do think she'd be fun. So hey, there's
Right.
a check mark in the positive.
Well,
Go.
and she dated 50 Cent.
Yeah, she also dated Joe Coy though. She dated, and she dropped both of their names in the special. She's a big time name dropper. She's a huge name dropper. How many names do you think she dropped in this special? I mean, she talked about Cosby,
Bush.
The Bush
wife.
sisters are
the
her
sisters.
friends.
Okay.
Barbara and George and Jenna and the other one and Laura Bush and all the Bushes. That doesn't make out. Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo. You're right. 50
Andrew
Cent,
Cuomo,
Joe
50
Coy.
Cent, Joe Coy.
The gays.
The gays, all of them.
All of 'em.
It's like 20 million. All right, something I wanted to bring up. I actually listened to the special 4 times, so that
Which
I was
is a
gonna,
lot
which
for
I was
Jay,
going to be
by the
fair. Well, yeah, because I
Because
can't
Jay
do
listens
other
usually
shit.
to a special
Yeah.
twice.
I can't do other shit while I'm listening, unlike you. Except, I did notice when I was listening to the special, one of the reasons that I kind of was like okay with it, it's like kind of easy to have on in the background.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you don't get lost. It's a good hangover special, I would say. My favorite hangover movie of all time when I'm hungover and there's a movie to throw on is Lonesome Dove. Lonesome Dove's like a 4 million hour movie where nothing happens, but it's just sort of like peaceful and relaxing. And you can like nod off in the middle of it. I feel like this is that kind of special where
Not a lot
you
going
don't
on.
really have to pay attention too much. You can just kind of wake up and, oh, she's telling another masturbation joke. Oh, it's a ladle this time. The point I was going to bring up with this. We've talked in this special a few times about like believability of stories.
Uh-huh.
These are all the things, or many of the things that she claims happened in these stories. She masturbated in the middle of class when she was 8 years old.
Yep.
She masturbated in a pothole next to her neighbor's house for 45 minutes,
On
which
a bike.
obviously that's bullshit.
On a bicycle. Yep.
She was masturbating as an 8-year-old with a group of other 8-year-olds, all of whom were masturbating all night long.
Yeah, forehead on the ground.
Forehead with the burns, rug burns.
Yep.
She masturbated. They're all masturbating stuff. She masturbated in front of her family at Thanksgiving
Yep.
with a ladle.
Uh-huh.
She started a hard lemonade stand when she was 10 years old, made $400 in the first week, paid out her friend that helped her 1%.
Can I toss one in here?
Yeah,
even
go
though
ahead.
not on your list.
It probably
she
is.
broke her arm with her bone popping out of her arm, and her dad told her to ice it.
Oh yeah. That part I feel like is more like a hyperbole thing, but 100%. That's a good point.
Okay.
Yep. I remember being born. She has a whole story about remembering being born and like how pissed off she was at her parents for not having their shit together when she was an infant. Oh shit, that's not right. She was babysitting at age 10 for a 14-year-old for an entire summer. At 11 years old, she was smoking, drinking, and had a girl go down on her every day an entire summer. Never had to go down on the other girl. As soon as she had to, she left, right? Every day to the end of summer. Bought a first-class ticket at age 13, and no one knew about it, apparently. She just bought it, and no one knew that that's what happened.
Guys, I want you to be aware right now, Jay is doing her special about way funnier than her. And also just word economy is amazing right now if you compare the two.
And she's like, she got a text from, she told the former president, George H.W. Bush or George Bush. I don't remember. George W. I don't remember which one. She told him she was high in front of him. She texts with all the Bush twins and all the Bush. Here's the thing. Some of these, some of these stories could be true. A few of them, right? There are some of them, there's no fucking way they're true. There's no way a group of 8-year-olds were all masturbating in the same house.
No way. From 7:30 to 7:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
12 hours?
But even if they just did it, dude, I'm not saying that some women get their periods that early, right? Not most of them. Most girls can't masturbate at 8 years old. That's insane.
Yeah, it's also just a weird thing to talk about, kind of.
For the whole special?
Yeah. So let's just say, for the sake of arguing,
Right.
that it is real. That all that is a real, the whole 8-year-old jerking off thing is real.
Sure.
That's like, why are we talking about that with no jokes littered in it at all?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
it
I
just
think
is
the
weird.
story itself is just supposed to be inherently funny, but I agree, there's not really a lot of...
And it's just weird. Why are you trying to get us to think about 8-year-olds doing this with no jokes?
Oh, I mean, I get that part. That's awesome. No, but again, like, so when I kept through, I'm like, oh, that's what really bothers me about every single story. She's reading 1,500-page books when she's 8 years old. Some of that might be true, but like she shits on how terrible her family is the entire time, and it's like, it sounds like you're the shithead in your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think maybe that is something that is painted. She does paint that picture, I think, slowly, as where she kind of talks about how like crazy her family is or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And then by the end of it, you are realizing that like, oh, she's kind of the problem. So like maybe that's the
I don't even think
line
she's
to
really
this.
trying to even hide that fact that she's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she's really trying to hide that part. But the part...
I'm just looking for like a through line.
Yeah,
of like,
yeah. It's like she's talking shit about the Bush family vacationing up in this like nice area of Maine. She keeps calling it a Republican enclave and like essentially implying how big a piece of shit pieces of shit they are. And it's like, bitch, you're vacationing in the same exact spot.
Yeah, right.
Like, how are you better than other people just because you identify as liberal or whatever, and you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even.
Yeah, the whole thing just doesn't have much legs to it. I feel like I think what I needed for this special to land better for me would be to be way more involved in her career and her as a person.
Yeah,
to maybe
there's no doubt she has good stories. I guarantee she has fun stories.
Yeah, but I mean, just to understand kind of more like the direction she was trying to go, and like if you kind of know her, maybe like more of this stuff is inside jokes that I'm just not picking up on.
All right, this may or may not be something that we start doing on these specials, because a lot of times the reviews don't come out that quickly. We're doing a lot of really new specials.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of like finding, like, okay, so we have our opinions, right? But what about what other people have said about them? Both people who thought they were really good and people who thought they weren't good.
Right.
So I got a couple here from IMDb. These are users. These aren't. They're not like critics. They're users.
It's not Rupert and Roper and
Rupert
Roper.
and Robert. Okay, so here's one by R. Haynes, 1974. Oh, we love R. Haynes. 8 out of 10. Irreverence personified. There's a reason Chelsea Handler has lasted so long as a woman in this world of stand-up comedy. She's irreverent and she's really funny. She doesn't tell jokes per se, but her personal anecdotes of chance meetings in her and her family life ring very true and are laugh out loud funny.
Ring very true.
Hold on. Let's talk about that later. She's open-minded since quote unquote liberal seems to become a dirty word, and she makes no bones about being self-deprecating. Do yourself a favor with a U and get lost in her stories. It's an easy hour watch, although mostly personal stories, and she takes the odd swipe at politics here and there. But this is far less about politics and far more about sharing anecdotes. Your thoughts on R. Haynes' review?
I mean, they're right. There's no jokes in there.
Dude, that is pretty funny. She doesn't tell jokes per se.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
exactly what I.
This person does not watch stand-up.
No.
That's my.
Yeah, that's. I'm not watching stand up for anecdotes.
She makes no bones about being self-deprecating. Where was she self-deprecating?
Yeah, right.
There's almost zero self-deprecating. She talks about being a businesswoman at age 11, how she's friends with everyone, how she fucked 50 Cent and Joe Coy. Well,
Yeah.
no one's super like, oh, Joe Coy, oh my God, you did? But you know what I mean.
50
Like,
Cent's cool though.
it's an easy hour watch. I'll agree with that. Like I said, I can
You did say that.
pass in and out. Although mostly personally, she takes the odd swipe at politics here and there. I don't think she really does. She talks about politics for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I think, okay, so if like usually she's geared towards being very political, I guess I'd give that a plus if you're not shooting so hard into politics with your special with no jokes in it. I mean, I think that's good.
Listen, but here's this part. She's open-minded since quote unquote liberal seems to become a dirty word. Who the fuck is? What's this person talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's that person. But I've heard that on both sides of the aisle, right? Where like, conservatives have become a dirty word, or liberal have become a dirty. Like, who's saying this? Nobody's saying that.
It's who cares? Also,
Yeah,
it's like Jesus.
it's
How much
just
slack
like
do you have to try to
throwing
cut
your
to try to
own
make 'em
politics
funny?
into a non-political? I mean, you know what I mean. This has nothing to do with politics by your own admission, and you made it about politics. All right, okay, let's do a shit one.
Please.
2 out of 10.
Yep.
The feeling of desperation.
Oh yes, coming in hot.
Okay. I'm not a big comedian consumer, but I do catch these acts every so often and have nothing but respect for the people getting up there on stage. I mean, you can't fake it. No sleight of hand here. The jokes either work or they don't. With that said, this set by Chelsea Handler was a miss. From the beginning, there was an air of desperation, starting with opening about monkeypox and the "hey, I'm cool with the gays" bit.
Yes.
In 2025, you can't get up there and hope that I like sex and drugs and hate Republicans is comedy without humor attached to it. After 25 minutes or so without a single laugh, I tuned out for a bit and then came back with 5 to 10 minutes remaining. Finally, at the end, when she turned her attention to Bill Cosby, there were a couple of laughs, but after an hour-long screed, there was no salvaging this disaster.
Yeah.
That was Silas 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Silas.
I mean, after 25 minutes or so without a single laugh,
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Well, yeah, dude. It sucks. It does suck.
There was an air of desperation, starting about the opening about monkeypox and the "hey, I'm cool with the gays" bit. Oh fuck!
That's exactly what that was.
God,
too.
we need to do those more often. We're doing those more often. If I can find them, like I said, they're hard to find. That was fun.
Yeah, I also am
We're gonna do
curious.
those more. Those are fun.
Those are fun. And listeners, I am curious to know what you guys think.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure.
I would like you guys to write in on this, and like if we are alone on this
Dude.
or if we are right on how we're feeling, like I want to know.
Standupsnobs@gmail.com. Shoot us an email if you disagree with us, or if you agree with us, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you have anything to talk about, you can do that.
If you want to just email us and shit on Chelsea Handler or anybody that we're reviewing, go ahead, dude. Shoot us
or
the email.
fucking tell us how great they are and how dumb we are.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Both them.
Both them. Hey, so we did what we didn't like for a while. Okay, we did that. Good hang. We already talked about it. We both think she'd be fun to hang out with. I do.
Yeah.
I think she'd be really fun to
I
hang
think she's
out with.
funnier to hang out with than she is on stage.
I agree. Like, I'd love to go on the like the late night show. I bet she'd be great at that. That would be fun. Better name for the special? Do you have one?
This sucks.
How about the feeling ... boredom? How about
Botox 25 years later.
Heyo. We did Mom's menu. Mom made some good shit tonight.
Yes, she did.
Leftovers from last night. but she made some chicken cutlets.
I didn't even know that it was leftovers until she
not
told
the
me that.
not the chicken part, but everything else was. The chicken she made fresh. So yeah, just chicken fingers, not breaded or anything, just regular old.
They're
chicken
good,
fingers.
healthy.
Yep, tenders, salad, rolls, boom, mashed taters and gravy.
Potatoes and gravy. Yep.
A nice stick to your ribs dinner.
Fibromyalgia.
Dude, why am I better? I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I was.
I feel like you're gonna be. I feel like you're gonna be meaner, so I'm gonna start it
I
out.
doubt it, but let's try.
Of course, you know this. This part of the show is where we talk about someone who's incredibly successful, is not as good of a comedian as we are, and hey, look, we found one that's really true. You're fucking trash. Okay, you're wearing a weird pantsuit thing. I don't know what that is. It looks terrible, even for a dude who's colorblind. I wish that were the worst part of the special. You tell 10-minute stories, you name drop, you tell fake ass stories that couldn't possibly be true, and then you're patronizing on top of all of it. Mm-hmm. The special was an hour. I watched it 4 times. I can't believe I did that to myself. Do stuff that you're good at. Because it's trash. You're trash. I hate you.
Yep.
This is why Colton Drake is better than Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler, next time you even have an idea of putting out a special, maybe look at it, maybe watch it one time and then be like, oh, okay, yeah, don't do that. Because this is absolute dog water. I hated every second of it. I couldn't go back and watch it 4 times like Jay did. No fucking chance. You looked bad. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know who dressed you. You should know people. How is anybody letting you put out this fucking dog shit? Do you not have any friends? Here's how I'm better than you. I have a friend. I have multiple friends that would tell me, hey, this is fucking ass.
Friend.
Don't put this out, okay? Yeah, there's not one part of it that's redeemable. None of it is good. Even the name of the special is bad. You just did fucking a bad job, dude. This is what happens. It makes it seem like you've been fucking somebody to get this opportunity. And that's exactly what I think you've been doing. And guess what? How am I better? I'm not going to be doing that, all right? I'm not just going to be slanging my fucking butt pussy around trying to get a special from Netflix, okay? That's what you did.
You said butt pussy.
And it's honestly, it's bad. There's no art to it. It's fucking trash. I would feel ashamed if I was you to even put this out. Good luck in your career.
Dumb. Wow. That was a scorching hot take from Colton Drake. We're gonna get canceled because of that one. Cool. You're supposed to look good. You're a chick comic. You know what I mean? Like, we just did a dude who wore a fucking no shirt, and you were like, you don't even look good. You're like, actually, pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty hot.
At least he put some effort in.
Yeah. Did he? He took his shirt off. Is that putting effort in?
He's doing something,
Yeah.
dude. Maybe she should have done that.
In any case, we didn't like this one, but if you liked it and we're wrong, let us know. Chelsea Handler, congratulations on your career. Please stop making specials, and we can all go along with our lives. Have fun.
I'm done saying mean things about you.
We are. We're done saying mean things about you, and she's clearly funny enough to make a better special. That's the thing.
That's the thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wasting our time.
For sure, she's funny enough to make a better special than that. It's like she just didn't try.
A special is like work. It's a piece of work, right?
Agreed.
Especially if you're doing a special.
It's called a special. It's not called a regular.
Yeah, no.
It's not called an open mic set.
No. It's a body of work that you've been working on.
Dude, imagine if you're at the cellar and you're going to get up for like the first time ever at the cellar. You're like, sweet, I get a shot to impress that one chick or whatever. And then like, they're like, oh no, you're getting bumped. Chelsea Handler showed up and then she did like that shit.
Oh, God.
God, dude. You know how angry I was at our open micers when they get up and I don't? Oh my God.
You'd be so mad.
We hated it. But this week in plumbing, buddy, you want to hit one?
Oh, this week in plumbing. All right. Well, this week just started for me here in plumbing.
Yeah.
We got new porta potties, so that means free walls for graffiti, which is pretty sick.
Are you a big graffitier on the walls?
In the porta potties?
Do you add or you just observe? Are you just more of a
I like to
consumer?
observe. Sometimes I like to add stuff.
Oh no. What was the last thing you wrote on a porta potty? This is great.
I think I crossed out something and put another word in.
Oh, so you're a censor? You're just a porta potty censor now?
No, it wasn't funny enough, so I scribbled it out and wrote something.
What was it?
I don't remember.
But it was you were punching up somebody's fucking latrine joke?
Yeah.
No, this is trash. Chelsea write this? Jesus. She doing it in my porta potty. No. You got to have something peppier than that.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about child trafficking, I have to
Make it hot.
feel it.
Make it hot.
Okay, so you got a new porta potty.
Got
Sorry,
a new porta potty, so that's better. Dude, so today I have this apprentice working on my job, and I have him running radon, which radon, everybody knows, is a gas that comes from the ground and gives you cancer. That's not really proven, but we got a plumb for it in the ground. It's bullshit, right? It doesn't exist across the water or whatever. It's stupid. So, anyways,
can you keep your? Go ahead.
okay.
Doesn't exist. Earth is flat. And fucking
radon is so dumb. Oh, getting cancer from the ground. Okay, don't believe that. Anyways, so
yeah, it's just science, but whatever.
It's dumb science. It's just dumb as hell.
Science is so fucking stupid.
So I have this apprentice, right? Every unit, plumbing apartments, every unit has a radon pipe that goes all the way from the basement floor all the way out the roof, right? And they put a fan on it and sucks the radon out. Anyways, I'm having my apprentice plumb this, okay? And I don't let him run a lot of pipe. This is very easy pipe, so I'm just like, okay, this is your project.
All right, kid, you're up to the big leagues. Here you go.
Yeah. So today, as I'm like trying to, I'm plumbing this laundry wall, and I have to glance at my phone because I got a text message about parts or whatever, right? And this kid is literally right next to me. And he's got this big 4-inch piece of pipe. It's like 8 feet, and he goes to balance it on the wall. But he doesn't balance, and he's looking down these holes, trying to like see what he's got to do to line them up. And he lets go of the pipe, and the 4-inch pipe comes down and bonks me right on the head.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh no,
dude! I was trying so hard to just not be a fucking
murder him?
ruthless asshole. Yeah,
that's heavy as fuck.
I'm so sorry, Colton. I'm so sorry. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
How much? I mean, that's a lot of weight.
It's PVC, so it's
shit.
But
Stop
it's
being a
4-inch
bitch,
PVC,
dude.
and it's 8 feet of it,
you're
so
such
it falls down. If it fell on your head, dude, you'd break both your feet and you'd be fucking out of commission. But
I'd break both my feet. It's rather shattered.
But that shit kind of pissed me off because it's like, dude,
it's annoying to get hit.
Pay attention to what the fuck you're doing. There's no reason I should be getting hit in that. Like, pay attention.
Did you burn his Pokemon cards?
No, man.
Not that guy.
No, he's the Bible guy. So
he's the Bible. Oh, did you like for every mistake you make, I'm taking out a chapter.
I
and
lit
burning
up
it.
Genesis.
You're like, Deuteronomy is out.
Time for numbers, buddy.
Leviticus is next, motherfucker. Yeah.
We just lost 1 John.
That's the best John. That was This Week in Plumbing with Mr. Colton Drake. You're like, no, it's not even close to the best John. That was This Week in Plumbing with Colton Drake. All right, we're moving on. IG follower count this week, buddy. Buddy, do you remember what you had last week?
Oh, I want to say it was like 443 or something like that.
Last week you had 445. You're up to what?
I think it's 452.
Pew, pew. 452, dude. Huge win for the guy, dude. That's crazy.
Oh, about time,
It's
man.
a huge winner, dude.
About time.
That's your best week
In months.
since the start of the year, I believe.
Time to drop.
I
now.
went up 2 from 438 to 440. So you definitely outpaced me. You're now 12 ahead of me. I was within 7.
Dude, you've been crushing it though. You've been crushing
Not
it.
really. I just get like 2 and you lose 2.
Yeah, but
whatever.
you were up. I was way ahead of you.
Yeah, I got that one. I had the 1 week where I had 30 because I paid
That's
for him.
insane.
Because I had my cousin pay for him. Yeah, so that is.
Because I had my cousin pay for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, you remember
He
that.
has a farm. Yeah.
450 to 440.
Sick.
Dude, we're closing in on a thou wow.
We were talking, and he's like, "There's this gal doing open mics, and she's really new to it. Whatever.
Very new. Shout out Timmery. I don't give a shit. Timmery.
Yeah, Timmery. Yeah, good shit, dude.
Good for you.
Stand up. Obviously, you're working on it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
He sent me her followers. He's like, "Yo, check this out. What the fuck? She had
Yeah.
like over 137K followers.
Yeah, dude, it's unbelievable. And I don't know what she does, but that doesn't mean she's not doing anything. Maybe it's a completely different thing, and she's.
Dude, one of her videos is where she freestyle raps, and it's like,
Is that right? I didn't see
I
that.
freestyle rap until Drake notices me or whatever. That's started.
Oh, you must love that shit. Old Man Jenkins, by the way, if you
Old
want to
Man
follow
Jenkins,
her,
yeah.
we need to. Why not? Let's give her more followers.
Give her more.
It's
dude.
Jenkins with 2 Ks, by the way. Almost 3 Ks. She wanted to get the white supremacy vote, but she didn't. She got over 138,000 now. She gets more followers randomly every hour than we get trying our hardest for a fucking week.
Dude,
She drops her phone and gets like 8 followers.
Well, I think she's putting out a lot of content
yeah,
too.
Yeah. And good for her. Yeah, 138,000
You don't
followers.
get that doing nothing. She obviously has grown that.
Yeah, she's doing something. I don't know what the hell
that's
she's
awesome.
doing. I'm gonna take a look just because I'm curious. It looks like she cooks and she just makes weird
Changes outfits,
videos,
and
whatever.
makes videos or whatever.
changes outfits, whatever.
Dude, I wish I was just more into the social media side.
I wish I was less into it, but more successful at it.
Well, I
'Cause
just mean
I'm
like
trying, and I'm not
more
getting
like,
dick.
I want to. Oh, this is going to be a fun little thing
Dude.
for my phone. It just doesn't. I don't give a fuck about it.
Do you guys want Colton to keep posting graffiti on his porta potties? Porta potty graffiti. He did one post. He was like going to make it a series. It is a series of one at this point.
And I was trying to use a graffiti that I didn't do. It's other people's graffiti.
Other people's graffiti. Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, you don't want to stack the deck.
Yeah.
It'd be too hilarious if it's just stuff you wrote down.
Yeah.
See the dick? I drew a great set of balls on it. It was
You have no idea
immaculate.
how accurate that is to porta potties. That's
What, the people draw dick and balls on it? Yeah,
so
I've
much
used
dick and balls, dude.
Yeah, I've used the porta potty before. I know how it works.
Have you?
Are you kidding me? Of course I have.
No, I'm not kidding you. You're a lawyer.
A porta potty?
Why
Dude,
would you have to use a porta potty?
have you ever been to any sort of festival of any kind? Or
Have you
any
ever
sort
pooped
of-
in a porta potty?
Absolutely. In the urinal? Absolutely.
I'm so proud of
The
you.
urinal.
The urinal.
The urinal slide? Yeah, absolutely. Like to
proud of
stuff
you,
that
man.
shit up, dude.
That's cool. What a gangster.
You forget how poor I grew up, dude.
I forget how dirty you are, dude. I
I'm
like
also a dirtbag.
it. Yeah, it's sick.
Dirtbag. Sometimes I reach down and I grab my favorite and I just take it home with me.
My buddy
blue
walked
and
in,
all.
My buddy walked into the porta potty today and is like, "Did somebody dump Tapatio in there?"
Is that you?
No. What?
What?
No, he goes. My
Does
buddy
it smell
goes
like Tapatio or what? Why do you say that?
because it's like red.
It's all bloody. Oh, dude.
Did somebody dump Tapatio in the
Oh my
porta
god,
potty?
that's horrific, dude.
There was one part where we had guys. We have
Oh.
we have a lot of like Mexican framers or whatever.
Apparently, we're at the porta potty section of the podcast.
We got a lot of Mexican framers on our
I might
job.
have to dump a little bit of the Chelsea handler hate just to get to this content.
keep the porta potty.
Jesus, let's not get canceled. All right, let's just talk about shit a little bit. She can talk about masturbating for 40 minutes. We can talk about shit for
She can
35.
talk about masturbating as an 8-year-old.
Yeah, dude, for real.
We can talk about porta
and
potties
as
for a
hot as
second.
that is, I don't want to hear about it. For dude, if you can tell it's red from the because it's blue in the bottom usually, right? Because they use the weird detergent shit. You got to be a really bloody butt.
Yeah, dude. Hemis.
Bloody butt.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Hemis. Fuck you, dude. Got the hemis.
We got Hemis. Oh, that's what I was saying is so we have a lot of Mexican framers on the job. So
Sorry.
So one of them got in trouble they all got in trouble because their beers or whatever, right?
Oh, they've been drinking the Modelo's and
There was Modelo's.
You told me about that. Yeah.
So then on the porta potty,
Actually, maybe we should change it to porta potty minute instead of
says-
plumbing.
It says, like, please do not throw your trash in the
porta potty?
porta potty, right? That's one of the signs. And then it says that in Spanish right underneath it. And trash was crossed out, and it just said Modelos.
Oh, nice. That was porta pot this week in porta potties with Colton Drake. Boom.
Thanks. And now we're drinking Maker's Mark, dude.
We're
like,
getting out of pocket.
like a coal miner.
I don't think we can do
Plumber.
liquor.
Why? I feel like this has been good.
It's been pretty rough.
I like it.
I think we're way too angry. I think that's the problem.
What?
We're too mean to Chelsea, I think, tonight.
Oh,
well,
man,
we'll
dude.
get over it.
I think there was things
I had so much more shit to talk. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, oh, God, I can't say anything now.
All right. No, I mean, I always feel I don't want to shit on people. That's the thing. I look forward to the special in terms of like, I was
Me
like, man,
too.
I think
Me too. I'm trying to learn as much as I can from
Right.
watching all these people.
absolutely.
And I've
As somebody
learned
who's been as
fucking
successful
nothing.
as she has, you would
Yeah.
hope had more on it.
Whatever.
We're having a good time.
We are having a good time. This has been a fun pod, actually.
We're having a good time, like a working man. It has been fun. I'm not sure it's fun for the listener, but it's been fun for me. Who are you listening to, my guy?
I'm listening to Dave Landau.
Whoa! Didn't you just work with him?
I did, yeah.
Whoa,
but I
when did
went
you do
back before I started working with him and went through all of his specials.
Yep. Smart move.
His last two, and they are super fucking funny.
Smart move.
The guy's really funny.
Up and coming comics who will still take advice from me, even though I never get booked anywhere. Really good idea. Very good idea. If you're booked with somebody, go check out their shit. Not only to see how I think we've said this before, but not only see how you connect with them, how their material fits in with yours, but you can see sort of what would work well with their crowd. Also, it's always nice to have something to talk about them with. I mean, don't be weird and be like, oh, I saw that, especially, oh, they like this fit and this, I had a note for you and this, nothing like that. Just get somewhat familiar with them. If they ask you about anything, you'd be like, or if you really like something, you'd be like, oh, I really liked the special Butthole Surfers, whatever it was called. It was really good. I really liked that one. That was fun.
Yeah, I told him that for one of them.
People like it when you pay attention to their shit, it turns out.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, this joke I thought was really funny, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you like that. I'm actually going to do a variation of whatever joke.
Oh, nice.
Whatever. So it was just cool to kind of be like
give a quick
familiarize
compliment.
yourself.
I mean, don't farm it. Don't go in looking to be like, oh, what am I going to say to Dave Landau when I see
Right.
Don't do that. That's fucking annoying, and it's usually pretty transparent.
Right.
But if you see something, and you're like, oh man, I was just getting ready for the show. I watched a couple of your specials. I really like this joke or whatever. And but it's just being professional, man.
And it's going to do nothing but help you. That way you know what their name is. You can get it right when you're hosting.
100%. That's the number one reason why I look at people is I'm like, I want to make sure I pronounce their name right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it.
You're on a show. In order for that show to go better, the more you know about the people that you're working with, the better. I'm not saying that you need to ingest the guy's entire catalog, but if he has a recent special that came out or two or whatever, listen to at least one of them. And then if you like it, listen to the other one or whatever. If you hate it, don't, if it's an hour long and you hate the first 15 minutes, if it's like this special that you just don't like, you don't have to sit there and torture yourself.
Right.
But it's just a good idea to,
Well, and a lot of times
you're doing an extra work.
A lot of times too, I like watching whoever I'm hosting for. I like watching that act usually go up the whole 5 shows or whatever.
Oh yeah,
because I like to see what they change. I like to see what they do. And if you kind of are watching the specials ahead of time before you get to see them, you kind of already are going in it like knowing how their sense of humor and their joke style is too. So it makes it more
at least their style.
Yeah, it gives a little bit, helps you digest it a little bit more, and you might be able to get more out of it.
So yeah, Dave Landau, 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 and that's on Instagram. He has fewer followers than Timmery. I don't know. That's true. I'm just guessing.
I was like, what? No way.
I don't know. Fuck. I mean, there's a lot of people who are national headliners that don't have like huge followings on Instagram. But yeah, I have no idea. Here's one who definitely doesn't. This guy, I just saw a random clip of his I really liked. His name's Dan Sebree or Sebree. I don't know how to say it, but it's TANSEBREE.
Did you see some clips?
I just saw a couple clips of him. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he was. He wasn't at one of the big venues. He's only got a few thousand followers only. He's only got 6 times as many followers as I do. So
must be nice.
I know, right? 3,000. My God. So yeah, Dan Sebree or Sebree. I'm not sure how to say it. Check him out. Those are our comics you should be listening to this week. Upcoming gigs, my man.
Okay, upcoming gigs. So, I am on the 420 show at Easy's Barbershop. That'll be hosted by Brittany Holden. And that's on April 20th.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's in Spokane. I'm also hosting for Kevin James Thornton at the Spokane Comedy Club. That's June 8th, 2025. And sorry, this is a little bit out of order. And then Drink and Debate, I am on. That's April 21st. So I should have done that immediately.
Oh, Drink and Debate is April 21st?
Yeah.
Are you doing Dope Show too? 420?
No, I'm not.
Oh, no, you have a 420 show.
Yeah, I'm doing the 420
So 420 show at Easy's or Ezzy's?
Ezzy's Barbershop.
421 show, that's Drink and Debate at the Comedy Club, Spokane Comedy Club. Check their site for tickets. And what else you got?
And then Kevin James, hosting for Kevin James Thornton, Spokane Comedy Club, June 8th.
Oh, shit. One night only?
Just one night.
One night only, June 8th. Colton Drake for Kevin James Thornton. I've never seen him, but I've heard he's very funny.
I will be doing some research.
Yeah, you will. You'll be watching all the specials, so you can be like, "Oh, I jerked off to your special this week." That's what I usually say. Like,
Came
"Oh, that was so hard."
your special.
I got a couple upcoming gigs, not much anything. This coming week, 4 or 5. That's a Saturday. The Quincy Belt Tournament Champion semifinal number 4. I'm hosting that. That's at 8 p.m. $10 tickets. Find those on Eventbrite. That'll be fun. That's the last one. It's the last true semifinal, and then we have the last chance semifinal in May. And then on 4-6 if you're in the West Side, you want to go over to Tacoma Comedy Club, the 6th and Proctor location, I will be doing my filming for the Make Me Famous comedy bar entertainment show where I'll get good high quality comedy, high quality footage of my amazing comedy.
High quality comedy.
If you get this Or if you see this on Wednesday, you can shoot me a direct message. I can probably get you free tickets. Anything after that, I probably can't. But
Yeah, it sells out pretty quick.
I mean, I'm hoping to get some friendly faces in there so I can tell my joke about how I was vacationing with the Obamas and I was high when we were looking at art. Oh, that's a callback to Chelsea Handler.
Wow.
God,
you
so
made it
good.
so easy, dude. She had no callbacks and you just did one.
Dude, ridiculous. God, we're so mean. So check us out wherever. Check out comedy wherever you can. Live comedy is a shit. You're the best for watching and listening to this podcast. Next week, we do have Nimesh Patel. That is instant karma. He's going to take you out. But before we do that, thank you guys so much for listening and paying attention to this podcast. Please tell everybody you can and subscribe and like and review. And I've been Jay Berg, and this has been Colton Drake. Colton Drake, take him out.
Bye-bye.
This is the most Indian thing I did recently. I got yelled at by a priest at a wedding of my cousins. I was making my cousins laugh. We were sitting like 2 rows from where the wedding was happening, and I was just making them laugh, and the priest stops in the middle. He said, "You're a comedian. Shut up." And I was making them laugh because, they were doing the Faras. The Faras, if you've never been to any Hindu Gujarati wedding before, the Faras are when the couple walks around the fire. They do 7 laps around the fire, represent the 7 vows. And every time a lap is made, the priest says, "Swaha." Swaha is an oblation to God. And I'm sitting there a little tipsy on Johnny Walker with my cousins. And for whatever reason, when the priest says Swaha, I heard the Jaws theme. Swaha. Swaha. Swaha, 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 swaha. Yeah, you're never gonna go to an Indian wedding again and not hear that shit. You might be getting married soon. You'll be swaha. You're fucking having a great time. Hell yeah, lady.